Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this video I've got the one replay for you in the tier 8 premium tank, the Bourrasque. It's a French medium tank. A lot of people have it, to be fair. And I go on to have a fairly decent game in the tank, but we'll see as the video goes on. Now just getting to the equipment of this tank that I run optics, vert stabs and camo net. And on the perks, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Snapshot, Steady Aim, Camouflage Expertise, and Muffled Shot. I don't have a full perk crew on this setup, but if I was going to sort of fill the last perk, I would probably go with Silent Driving, just because that does apply to all tanks bar light tanks, and this is a medium tank, so it will work. And it's definitely a perk worth running for this tank because stealth is your friend. So we're on Hidden Village now. I apologise, we're on the Xbox replay system. Unfortunately, I didn't record this live. Only found out after the game, which was pretty disappointing. But so you won't be able to see the damage live or the amount of kills live. But in some ways it's not a bad thing. You'll be able to see, it'll build up the suspense for the end. But we're on Hidden Village anyway, and we've come up to this middle spot. We have 3 light tanks on either side. 2 of our light tanks have been taken out, but I've come to this middle point because I've decided that I can get cross shots on here. We already have 1 kill in this game by taking out one of the enemy light tanks. But I can see this TD that's poking up on the usual spot on the other side here, and I'm going to get some side shots into this guy. I'm going to try and get as many shots into the side of these tanks that are crossing as much as possible. I'm trying to see if I can get a shot in that Ferdinand there, but unfortunately he just gets behind a rock. However, I can see this Tiger 2 poking out, and I do manage to get 2 shots into that guy. Like I said, I do apologise. Obviously, you'd be able to see me zooming in sniper mode here. It's quite frustrating, obviously, not being able to see what tanks we're hitting. But I do promise this is worth watching. So we shall carry on with the video. But now I can see, there's 2 or 3 enemy tanks going through the town, and they seem to be progressing quite well. I can see our medium tank is pulling back. We've got a heavy and a TD sitting in the back there, but I'm not really optimistic that that side is going to be able to hold up quite well. I'm trying to see if I can get shots on this Goranich here, because this Goranich is just going sort of flat out, doesn't seem to be slowing down for anybody, and I just sort of feel like we need to try and stop the momentum of this Goranich. Goranich is a well-armoured tank. He's doing the right thing, just pushing through like a bulldozer, and everything's bouncing him. He's very confident. I think we tried getting a shot there, but unfortunately we missed. He takes out our Bourrasque. I'm going to try and aim a second shot, but unfortunately that bounces. We're now being spotted, so we kind of have to get out here because this situation is kind of untenable now, and as you can see, that town has just basically been lost. We're down 2 tanks now as well. Make that 3. We're lit and we're getting targeted, and I'm just trying to get out, and I just get trapped there, and I take a big hit as well, probably from that Goranich or the Type 59, but we got absolutely slapped there. Now I can see the Type 59, so I'm going to get some shots into him. I managed to get 1 in, but then he goes unlit. Now I can see the Goranich, so I'm going to get a shot into that guy. We potentially put him down to a 2-shot to us now. So I'm just getting my reload off. I'm waiting. I really want to get rid of this Goranich because I just kind of want to slow down that passage of play. He's clearly sort of got a beeline for our medium and our artillery player. It is actually in fact our platoon mate Crucifix that is at the back there in the medium. He's playing the Ariete, and he's kind of stuck now, so I kind of want to help him out, and I managed to get a shot into the Goranich. Unfortunately, Crucifix goes down to our Type 59. Unfortunately he was just boxed in there. There wasn't much he could do without getting punished, so unfortunately I tried my best, but just there was nothing I could do really. Now we managed to get the shot in Gorinich, however this Batchat comes round, he's on a one shot and we managed to take him out. We're now getting pushed by an IS-2 and the medium tank, so I'm going to get out there, and you can see the numbers now, really they're not looking great. It's 2 to 1, and it's beginning to look like a bit of an uphill struggle. Our artillery is getting absolutely overrun. It's not going to be long before he gets shot down. Our King Dragon is going back to try and help the situation. I was at the top there, and I thought I'm going to come down and try and see if I can get some shots into the back of these tanks that have pushed our artillery. There's no doubt they're going to come back up. Managed to get a shot into that IS-2, damaging his engine, and we can get our second shot in for the kill. And now we're just going to sort of make a beeline out of here. I'm on reload, so I've let my King Dragon know that, but he's in a bit of trouble now. Artillery tries taking a pot shot us, fair play. Not a bad shout, but he misses us. Now get a shot into that Type 59, which is good. It sort of keeps our King Dragon alive. We dump our clip and go on reload, and now I'm just going to try and see if I can get in position to help out our King Dragon. He takes out the T-25 too, but he goes down to the Vipera, and now that just leaves us in a 3v1. Now I kind of feel like I make a bit of a mistake here, because I've gone through the base, which has just basically given up our position, and it lets them know exactly where we are. So I kind of screwed up at that point, but I was sort of halfway through trying to make a plan to cut back and help out our medium tank while while the other team was distracted with him. But he obviously went down early, and sort of that was it. But my next play is to try and take out our artillery. I'm going to the usual artillery place, which is down in the corner here. Obviously sort of trying to be wary of not getting shot. I've still got a majority of my hit points, and this isn't completely unfavourable for me. I've got some hit points to trade, so I'm sort of feeling half confident at this stage, but I want to try and find this artillery piece, or at least find out where the enemy TDs are, so I can start to map out my route and start to make a plan of attack and how I'm going to sort of take out these three tanks. So I'm coming up here and I'm thinking this is the only place where artillery can be. Here's the equaliser, which I think is fairly mobile. It's got some mobility, so it can shift about if needs be. I'm not getting any luck though, and I'm like, where the hell is this guy? He's not up here. Where else can he be? So I'm thinking, he must be a bit further across. Maybe he's sort of pushed up towards where the last TDs were at their known location, which was near our spawn. We were just backing out by the side of this rock here, just again taking caution. We didn't want to get caught out by the Vipera or the Ferdinand if they were sitting there, waiting for us to make a play down back to our spawn. So I come around the right here and going to sort of try and have a little sort of spot over this ledge here out into the low grounds. Activate my food, try and boost the view range, but I can't see anything, so I'm really kind of flummoxed here as to where they are. But then all of a sudden the Ferdinand just turns up out of nowhere, and we get two shots into him. I'm really surprised he didn't just turn his tank there, completely oblivious to where we are. He just keeps pushing up. Maybe I could have sort of stayed there and got some more shots in, but I didn't want to stick around because I didn't know where the Vipera was, I didn't know where artillery was, so I didn't want to sort of stay there, give my position up. I'd rather just get out and just analyse the situation. The Ferdinand's slow, he's not going anywhere. We see artillery, we get one shot into him, he tries taking a lucky shot at us, but it doesn't pay off. We've also just spotted up the Vipera there, so now we know where everyone is, and now we can start to make a plan of attack. Now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to fake the move, and I'm going to double back on myself because I want artillery to think that I'm going to come around the back of him. Now I'm going back to where artillery was, and hopefully I can get the jump on him with him thinking that I'm going to come around the back of him. He'll be facing the other way, and that's my play. However, he's moved. I don't know where he's gone, but he's just shifted again. So I've gone over to this position and I'm going to try and get shots in this Viper. I tried getting one in, but then unfortunately I haven't realised until now, but the Ferdinand has just moved around and has got our left flank. So it's kind of forced my hand here, and I've still got one shot in the clip. And I kind of think, right, I'm just want to get rid of this guy. Then that's one less guy to worry about. Artillery's not zoning in on me at this point, so that's not a bad thing. He must be sort of in the low ground trying to reposition again. And we're just waiting for our clip to get off. We know the Viper isn't going to get up here anytime soon. And we've got this Ferdinand dealt with. We're just waiting for our reload to get off and get rid of this guy. And then we can deal with the artillery and the Viper. So there we go. We get our shot in there. And now we're going to make our way to try and find the artillery. Artillery takes another pot shot at us, and luckily we managed to dodge a shot. Now he's behind, so I'm thinking, right, okay, let's get rid of this guy again. The Viper is in the low ground, so I think let's just take these guys out while I've got the chance. If I let them go, then they're just going to regroup, and it's going to be a little bit more tougher to get rid of them if they're sort of playing together, or if, you know, artillery sort of moves to another spot and I have to go looking for him. So at this point I'm just going to lose my spot, and then I'm just sort of going to come round the right here. I think at this point, from what I can remember, my play was I'm sort of going to go all the way around basically. I know where artillery is now, kind of, and I know where the Viper is, so I think I was going to sort of take out the Viper at this point, and then deal with artillery. So it's this bit's going to be a bit long-winded now, because obviously it's a case of sort of trying to search and destroy. I'm on 241 hit points, so naturally I'm being very cautious as to how I go about my play. I'm not sort of zooming over the mid-ground here. I've still got 3 minutes left, so I've got plenty of time. But yeah, I'm just sort of being very cautious. I'm just going to peek this ground, try and see if I can spot a Viper. And the Viper is not in the last known location where I spotted him before, so that says to me that he's now probably moved up onto the high ground, which is not a bad idea, to be fair. The high ground always wins, personally, from experience. So he's making the right play. I'm coming up here and I've spotted artillery again, and now I'm just going to sort of steady on. I think I was trying to get the gun depression here. I let the gun aim in to get the first shot off, and now he's just got behind cover, so I'm just going to sort of swing around to the left here, and there we go, poke the shot in, quite quick as that. So now it's just 1v1. We've really turned this game around, considering how it was when there was myself and the King Dragon alive. I poked this corner quite gingerly because, again, I figured the Viper is up here, and it's just confirmed my suspicions that the Viper is there. Now, we don't light him up. He's obviously lit us up first, but we know he's around that, you know, he's in that vicinity. So thing for me is I'm just going to duck out there. I'm not going to try and peep. Obviously, I'm a one-shot for the Viper, so I want to do what Bourrasque does best, which is sneak up and catch people out off guard. And that's essentially what this tank is pretty much like. It can do that. It's, you know, its camo's fantastic. If I'm honest, I'd probably say it is one of the best, if not the best, tier 8 premiums in the game. It can certainly hold its own. Don't get me wrong, the gun can be a bit trolly. The dispersion can be very hit and miss. However, I think, you know, after 6.0 it made this tank a lot better, because this was released before 6.0, so the dispersion was actually really bad, which was meant to be, you know, to balance this tank out, but 6.0 actually made this tank quite a lot better. So in all fairness, I'd say at the top tier it's quite cracked, to be fair, and can really hold its own, and can be an absolute nightmare to play against at tier 8 or lower tiers, to be fair, because you can just get caught out. So we're coming up the top here, and there we go, we can see the side of Viper, get one shot into him, aim the second shot, and we get the kill, and we pick up the victory. And there we go, we come top of the board with 8 kills, 6.675 damage with 554 assists. So we pick up the Bradley Walters there, and we had an absolute phenomenal game. Picked up the ace tank and the high caliber, and yeah, it was very much clutch game there, considering how many tanks are left. But anyway guys, that's enough of the video, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.